Yes sir boys, we're back with another one. And today we'll be watching a nigga get bitched in an anime called 7 Deadly Sins. Some call it 7 Deadly Frames or 7 Deadly Dicks. Simply because all the fan service, everywhere you turn, just big ass, big titties, thick thighs. I love it. And if you haven't watched this bullshit already, let me explain what it's about real quick. The show is about this group called the 7 Deadly Sins. I've probably heard those before, especially when it comes to theologic or biblical shit. Though there's a whole bunch of biblical concepts in this show, it has nothing to do with the Bible at all. But back to the group of the 7 Deadly Sins. The 7 Deadly Sins are a band of individuals who have powers based off of their sin. Originally, they were just a group of powerful knights who eventually got accused of trying to overthrow some kingdom, which leads us to the show where they're on the quest to clear their names and box a whole bunch of holy knights and other demons across the way. Sounds like a good concept, there's no way it could fail. But out of all the people inside the 7 Deadly Sins, one stands out as the clear goat amongst the bullshitters. The thick mustache, steroid-taking man himself, the sin of pride, Escanor. This nigga Escanor is a demon. Every moment from this nigga is iconic, from his design to the nigga catchphrase. What truly encapsulates this nigga's greatness is the nigga's introduction. So for a little bit of context to this nigga's introduction, the rest of the group been finding this band of demons called the 10 Commandments, who for the most part have been washing all these niggas.
Hell no, man, what the fuck, man?
But the most recent fight that happened was Bond versus Galand and some fine asshole. Nah, I gotta stop real quick. This nigga Bond needs to be in jail. This nigga is in love with Allah.
Hell no, man.
Like he had this thick fun shit in love with him. And guess what he chose? He chose a little girl. High school Pixie was even bad thin ass energy. But during the fight, this nigga Bond absolutely gets his ass beat and almost has his soul snatched by old fine shit.
She can snatch my soul any day, if you know what I'm saying.
But his adoptive father who abandoned him, which is low-key kinda tragic. Imagine being abandoned by your real parents and then abandoned by your adoptive one. Comes and save him by sacrificing his soul so he finds shit and then the lolly could get away. This escape leads us to being introduced to the demon himself, Escanor.
What is that?
Who, I must add, looks like a complete bitch right now. Which that's explained by his powers. He doesn't get big and his dick doesn't shrink until daytime. So at night, he's a girthy, skinny nigga. And though he looks like a bitch, he completely acts like one too.
Oh, hell no.
Nigga's soft as Charmin and wears Skechers. But when they meet him, they had snuck into his bar in the middle of a mountain for some reason. But after scaring his bitch ass, fine shit convinces him to let them hide in this big ass GTA 5 cellar. It's like the shit you would rob for like 5 million each player. But after doing that, the ops was right behind their ass. Posted up in front of the block, wondering where they was at. So they come into the cellar looking for the three they just whooped. They happen to stumble upon Escanor, who was hiding behind the counter like a little ass girl.
Big fella! Big fella! Sit down, big fella!
Bro, you like Corey in that night shift game when old boy had walked into the store and Corey was just hiding behind that counter. But in his defense, I would be scared too. If I see a floating fine bitch and a nigga in some red armor that looks like a demon, oh boy, I'm skedaddling. I'd be running. After a brief conversation, the two demons end up getting a drink. And during this drink session, Galand makes a challenge to Escanor. Each will take turns hitting each other with their most powerful strike, with there being one condition that you cannot run. Remember this, because this will be very important to what happens to Galand later. Escanor inadvertently accepts this challenge, leading to Galand just straight up spiking his shit into the ground. Realistically, Escanor should be dead right here. This nigga was skinny as hell and he's under rubble. That's killing any regular nigga. But Escanor got hit so hard that he was out until daytime. That'd be the type of sleep I want, low key. Deadass, I'd be sleeping until it's time to go to sleep. While this nigga Escanor is still slumped somehow, Galand notices a battle axe embedded into the wall and goes over to mess with it. But when he grabs that hoe, that shit hits the ground immediately because it's too heavy for him to hold. He goes on to talk about how it's too short to be a two-handed axe. That's when from the distance, a voice comes and tells him that it's not a two-handed axe. Then that bitch gets snatched out that nigga Galand's hands. Galand looks up and sees the nigga himself, Escanor in his true form. Ooh-wee! We gotta talk about the pose he's hitting on this nigga right now. It's some JoJo shit. If a nigga upper body and lower body are facing two different directions in anime, you finna get cooked. That's anime rule number 125. Not to mention he's holding the axe that was too heavy for the demon to hold with two hands with one of them bitches. That must be his meat beating arm. Like I said, I know majority of the niggas watching this video be coming out their room looking like death from regular show. But why when he's holding this axe, this nigga's talking the most shit to this nigga. Like that one Paul Pierce clip from the top of the key, talking crazy to that nigga. The amount of shit that Escanor is talking makes Galand and Fine Shit ask him is he really human. This leads to Escanor revealing he's indeed human while his muscles proceed to rip his shirt off. Then he points up to the sun, then he reveals he's the lion's sin of pride. Look at this nigga's physique. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pack. Not to mention all that space between his abs and his hips. But low-key got a baby face. Cut that mustache off, you're gonna be looking like them one niggas. But that's besides the point. This nigga got aura, which means he got the juice. Galand goes on to laugh about how prideful Escanor is. Escanor joins him for quickly giving him that Gojo special. Fine shit is shocked by what just happened, but then she gains her composure when she realizes her homie ain't dead yet, and a couple seconds later, Galand's upper and lower half reconnect. Only Gojo could do that. Once reconnected, Galand comes back talking shit and hits a DBZ power up. His armor gets thicker and he grows spikes on his body. In this form, he now has a power level of 40,000. Quick fun fact, at this power level right here, Galand could most likely whoop Saiyan Saga Vegeta, unless he went grade 8. Then Galand's getting his ass whooped. But in this new beefed up form, Galand puts all his power into one swing on this nigga Escanor, which not only blew the top off the mountain they were standing on, but sliced the tops of other nearby mountains, which would look more impressive if you didn't see what's gonna happen next. When the smoke clears, it reveals that shit barely cut Escanor, and that nigga's Galand face said it all. Once it was Escanor's turn again to strike him back, Galand had turned into stone for trying to dip. If you remember earlier, the only rule was that nobody could run, or they'd be turned to stone, as Galand's commandment, the commandment of truth, turns anybody to stone who lies. So by him running away, he had went against his own commandment. He ain't got the juice. But this only leaves Escanor and fine shit left, and he gives her the option to run or be killed. She ends up making this crazy ass face before proceeding to snatch this nigga Escanor's soul. I can't lie, the animators knew exactly what they was doing. Fine, thick, long ass tongue. I ain't even finna drop the sauce, but it's the type of shit you see on them websites. After she swallow it, she realized she can't handle it and feel a deep burning sensation in her body, and then proceeds to catch on fire. You mean to tell me that this nigga's soul was so hot it proceeded to burn her insides out? But hey man, that's the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked it, and go ahead share it with the hoes too.